Chair Powell on numerous occasions has reiterated the committee is squarely and decisively focused on driving down inflation, with the U.S. on target toward that goal of inflation at 2%. And the market now sees the Fed is done on hiking rates, and the first cuts in rates to occur sometime in 2024. This is not only the view of strategists and markets, but more importantly, by companies that in 2023 have issued a substantial amount of 5-year paper to refinance debt instead of issuing long-duration bonds, with the goal to refinance a portion of those notes several years later when rates eventually decline and the non-call period of those bonds expires. Timing of rate cuts, of course, can change depending on economic data, but longer term, a steepening of the yield curve should have a positive effect on bank earnings, mortgage rates, and housing and the consumer, which are all important to the U.S. economy. After a very steep rate hiking path, the actions of the Fed should have less and less bearing going forward, and the U.S. short duration solution that actively focuses on the 3 main risks of credit risk, liquidity risk, and duration risk should do well. Higher for longer does not mean high rates forever. When the Fed begins to cut rates, U.S. high-yield bonds with high coupons will look relatively attractive, and a decline in rates will provide another tailwind for bond prices on the short end of the curve to move faster back to par as refinancing activity likely increases. One of the benefits of the short end of the high-yield curve is less dependence on the path of the Fed to generate high income, with the asset class on a historical basis giving up very little of the return of the broader market, but with meaningfully less risk. Areas of the high-yield market that should do better when the Fed cuts rates are those sectors that are more interest sensitive, which include home builders, mortgage originators, and consumer finance. In our opinion, when the time comes for the Fed to cut rates, the questions clients may ask is, how many 8%, 9%, 10%, and even higher coupons and secured bonds were acquired in 2023, given such coupons and structures may become scarce and more highly valued? Short duration high income solution is set up better for such a scenario, as we have used volatility to acquire securities that meet our standards.